Hey mamas, do you think you're having placenta previa or have you been officially diagnosed with placenta previa? Well, today I'm going to be going over placenta previa and the complications it can cause during your pregnancy. My name is Sweeta. I'm a registered nurse in the LA area, here to discuss mommyhood journey with you all. If you like today's video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a really scary topic, but it's so important to talk about the facts of placenta previa if you or someone close to you is pregnant. Placenta previa is one of those more or less talked about but very real issues that can arise when expecting. There will be some medical terms in this video, so please feel free to pause at any time for clarification or look up the definition on your own time. So let's take some time now to learn more about what placenta previa means and how it affects pregnancies. So first of all, we need to know what the placenta does in order for us to understand placenta previa. So basically, the placenta attaches to the wall of the uterus and supplies the baby with food and oxygen through the umbilical cord. And placenta previa is a condition in which the placenta lies very low in the uterus, kind of like covering your whole cervix. And the cervix is the opening to the uterus that sits on top of the vagina. So placenta previa happens in about 1 in 200 pregnancies. And if you have this condition early on, it's not such a big problem, but developing it later, like after the 20th week, can cause bleeding and other serious complications later towards the pregnancy. So normally the placenta grows into the upper part of the uterus wall away from the cervix. It stays there until your baby is born. And during the last stage of labor, the placenta separates from the wall and your contractions help push it into the vaginal birth canal. This is called the afterbirth. So during labor, your baby will pass through your cervix into that birth canal. And if you have placenta previa where the cervix is beginning to efface, how will the baby actually come out? Because the placenta will detach first instead of the baby coming out. So this is what the serious condition is. During labor, your baby passes through the cervix into the birth canal. And if you have placenta previa where the cervix begins to efface or get thinned out and dilate for labor, the blood vessels that connect the placenta to the uterus may tear. This can cause severe bleeding during labor and birth, putting your baby and you in danger. Now, what are the most common symptoms of placenta previa? The most common symptom is painless bleeding from the vagina during your second half of the pregnancy. So you're going to have to call your healthcare provider right away if this is happening to you and go to the hospital. Because not all women have vaginal bleeding with this condition. Only about 1/3 of the women will actually bleed and find out they have placenta previa. How is placenta previa diagnosed, you're asking? An ultrasound can usually find placenta previa and pinpoint the placenta's location about the 20th week of pregnancy. So your routine second trimester ultrasound will usually tell you if you have placenta previa. But don't be too worried if this happens, because placenta previa that is found in second trimester will usually fix itself in most cases. Now you're asking, how is placenta previa treated? Well, the treatment depends on how far along you are in your pregnancy and the seriousness of your bleeding and the health of you and your baby. The goal is to keep you pregnant as long as possible. Preterm births are not wanted at this point. Preterm labor is not wanted at this point. Providers will probably recommend a C-section for nearly all women with placenta previa to prevent severe bleeding and the placental detachment during labor and delivery. If you are bleeding as a result of placenta previa, you need to be closely monitored in the hospital. And if the tests show that you and your baby are doing well, your provider may give you treatment to try to keep you pregnant for as long as possible. If you have a lot of bleeding, you may be treated with a blood transfusion. Blood transfusion is basically having new blood put into your body, and this blood will match your own blood, so please don't be discouraged about getting a blood transfusion because it's going to be blood that is already filtered, clean, and matches your blood type. Your provider may also give you medication called corticosteroids. These medications help speed up development of your baby's lungs and other organs. Your provider may also want you to stay in the hospital until you give birth. If the bleeding stops, you may be able to go home, but if you have severe bleeding due to this condition at about 34 to 36 weeks, your provider may recommend an immediate C-section. If you make it to 36 to 37 weeks, your provider may suggest an amniocentesis to test the amniotic fluid around your baby to see if her lungs are fully developed. If they are, your provider may recommend an immediate C-section to avoid future risk of bleeding. And at any stage of pregnancy, a C-section may be necessary if you have dangerously heavy bleeding or if you and your baby are having problems, especially with the heart rate dipping so low, which is called decelerations. So now you're asking, what causes placenta previa? Well, doctors don't know the exact root cause of placenta previa. However, you may be at higher risk for placenta previa if you smoke cigarettes, you use cocaine, you're 35 years or older, you've been pregnant before with high blood pressure, you're pregnant with twins, triplets, or more, you've had surgery on your uterus, including a C-section or a D&C, or if you've had placenta previous before. If you've had placenta previous before, what are your chances of having it again? Well, statistically, there is a 2 to 3 in 100 chance of having it again. And how can you reduce your risk for placenta previa? We don't know how to prevent placenta previa, but you may be able to reduce your risk by not smoking or using cocaine or heavy drugs. You also may be able to lower your chances of having placenta previa in future pregnancies by having a C-section only if it's medically necessary. If your pregnancy is healthy and there are no medical reasons for you to have a C-section, it's best to let labor begin on its own, but again, that's a conversation for you and your provider to have. The more C-sections you have, the greater you are at risk for placenta previa. So just know that, mama. And you will get through this. If you catch it early on, your doctors will be able to monitor you correctly. If you have any signs of bleedings, please call your doctor right away. I hope this video helped you, mama. And if you want to see more or similar content, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching. Thanks, guys.